Hey guys, welcome to another interview of West Underground. We've got a very exciting band on from Sydney, and the band is Harlequin Alley. Did I say it right, guys?
Yeah, Harlequin Alley. Close enough. It's a bit of a
I almost said
uh,
Harley Quinn because I get that mistake all the time. I don't know why.
so
So it
does
just
everyone.
reminds
So
me.
does everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique name. So where did you guys start? How did you get the name, and how did you guys all get together?
Dane, you want to tell the story?
All right. Okay. Well, Oliver and I are the longest time knowing each other. I'm actually like 5 minutes away from the high school that we both went to, and where we came friends. And we actually came friends being band dorks. We both played saxophone as our first instrument, so we were really the cool cats of school. Playing the bluesy jazz and stuff like that. So that's how we got into it. I remember. Is it still up, Oliver? All our stuff on our SoundCloud, is it still up there?
Oh yeah, everyone.
Yeah, we've
feel
got some
free to go.
pretty jank stuff that we recorded just between us in year 10 and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's super.
we knew each other for yonks. I don't know, Oliver. You pretty much linked everyone else in the band.
Yeah. So Dan and I went to high school together. We've been playing for however long that is now, like 10 years or something nuts. And then so Liam I met at uni. We did the same course at uni, so we linked up that way. That's pretty straightforward. My relationship with Sam is interesting, which I wish he was here to comment on. But I kind of lived with Sam, so my partner and Sam, they lived together. And I lived with them, and also with his ex-partner. Here he is. And so Sam and I became friends through that, and then him and his partner split. So but we kept going. So that's kind of where we are now. And Vinny I knew through a couple of primary school mates, so who went to high school with him, and we used to just like park drink ups when you were like 15 and Vinny and I were around. Yeah. That's kind of the story. Harlequin Alley came from Boy and Bear, because Dan and I, first gig we went to see together was Boy and Bear, and we were digging with their song Harlequin Dream, and that's where it came from, and it kind of stuck around.
Yeah,
Cool, man. It's a very, very unique name, isn't it? Like
the name also came from, so we had the Harlequin bit that we both loved, and I had other things Batman related that I liked that name, and then I imagined our logo like all the time backwards, and I just wanted to see H and A, so we just had to fill in the letter with something that started with A. So that's how we got the second half of it.
Yeah, I'm getting the impression, Dane, that you like Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I like Batman. Who doesn't like Batman?
Nice. Have you had anybody come to the gig that are like one of the, like cosplay people yet?
No.
Technically, we have had a cosplayer, but not cosplaying. One of my housemates. One of my housemates does cosplay, and they've come to our show, sort of thing.
Dressed in.
I set you guys a challenge to get someone dressed as Batman down to a gig.
I'll dress as Batman. I'll go up on stage.
You guys is in the West Underground.
Oh, look, challenge accepted. Our editors right into this. He's right into all this.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can get people down dressed as
like Batman with
that would be awesome. Yeah, even better.
It'll be Beardman. On another note, guys, how many gigs did you guys get to, do around the city kind of before and in between this whole lockdown ordeal?
Oh God, I don't know. We put in the hard yards. We haven't played for like that many years together because lockdowns are because we got together in the end of 2019, right? Like
November 2019.
Together. We did like 2 gigs before like the first lockdown happened, and then we've like once that lockdown finished, we were like playing almost every other week. Sometimes there was like a month in between. Just depended. I was trying to get as many gigs for us as physically possible and trying to play with as many bands just because, you know, I love the Sydney music scene just for like the relationships you get with all these people and like how I know Paul and stuff. And like, I go to Frankie's and all the different people you meet there and now I've got to play with some of those and like that.
Cool, man. And like, who's been your favorite band that you've played with so far?
Favorite? Creep Features.
Yeah.
It's definitely Creep Features.
Close friends. They're really good friends. Yeah. And
they're killer. They're about to come out with a new EP, and they put some serious time into it, and it's probably going to be slapping.
Yeah, if you like your royal blood, if you like your lots of guitar noise coming from one guitar and a sick drummer, go listen to it actually comes out this week, their single, I believe. So plug. Yeah,
good stuff.
Beautiful.
Plug for Creep Features.
Now, who's the least favorite? You don't have to answer that one.
We're not going to answer that one.
I mean, we could answer it. No, you're right.
No, we won't. Shut up, Vinny.
But you know, on what about venues? Which has been your kind of favorite venue playing so far?
Max Watts was my favorite.
Yeah, I enjoy Max Watts.
Yeah, Max Watts.
I mean, that was epic,
huge and mind blowing, like far out.
Yeah, the stage was pretty premium for the level that was like our 4th gig ever, and we played for like, how many people fit in that room? Like 200.
There were 250 at that time because of COVID.
Yeah. Light show was cool. Yeah, it was like, and then I have a soft spot for our first venue, which is the Loft. Just
that's fun.
Bartender as well. So I always want to go back there at some point when they start doing music again. I've got my ear to the ground waiting for that to happen. But that's also one that's dear in our heart.
I love the Vanguard too. Vanguard's a great setup.
Yeah. Yeah, and Paul, are you going to ask your question that you ask in every interview now? I think it's my time for it, mate.
Yeah, I might. Yeah. Just on the venues and all that. Would you guys prefer to play at a great venue or play with a great lineup?
Ooh.
I think for me, it's definitely the lineup, hands down. Like Sam and I put gigs on at our house, and it's a pretty shit venue, but we can get some good bands here, and then it's just a really good time. So I think it's all about the bands. Like if you have a good camaraderie with them, and like I've seen bands where they do stuff together and they share songs within the whole set, and that's just like cool to me because I love theatricality, and I think the bands together make the show, not the venue.
A good lineup definitely makes a gig more fun. I think not just for us, but for everyone, because there's just like really good vibes in the room.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Just last time I talked to Dane, he had you know how you guys did a house gigs and all that, and the way like Hamish, they have this enough room in the living room where they can put a band in, a lot of people in, like a nice small gig. Yeah. And I just haven't heard that before. So imagine living in a house with that type of setup, and I was just amazed with how Dane set it.
We don't have any neighbors, actually. That's how we got here. Sam moved in at one point, and I came and saw the house when I was hanging out, and I got pissed drunk here and lots of other stuff. But I just had an idea. There was just like, we've got like a car park that surrounds almost the whole building, and then we've got Parramatta Road on the other side. So there's no one to complain.
Beautiful. That's what you want. Now, this is a question that's off topic, but Slash, how many Les Pauls do you have, mate?
Slash. He thinks you look like
Slash. Oh God. I've got one Les Paul, but it's an Epiphone. So I'm not...
The reason I was calling you that is the photo Paul was showing me of your band. It's like you topless, long hair down, and you look like you look like Slash in the photo.
Hey man, if I'm making as much money as Slash is, I'm happy. You know, that's a good comparison.
Nice, man. Well, good luck to you. But when I saw you then, I was you look completely different to the photo. You've grown a bit of a mustache, or the mustache was hidden.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm glad this is a key part of the podcast.
Sam CD Mo.
Yeah, that's right.
Look, I'm just jealous because I'm follically challenged. I had to compensate it with the hair, but
Look at, can we just point that out? Look at this, like all 4 of them can grow nice facial hair, and I get the most. It's horrible. I just think it's
oh man, it sucks. Like, I'm with you. Look, I don't know. I thought it was an age thing. I thought I was going to cross a certain age and get my man hair, but it hasn't happened yet. So this is the best.
It's right, mate. You probably don't have hair growing in other places, so you might be spared a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you got the bad one. You can't grow a beard that's got hair everywhere else. Is that what you're saying?
Me?
Yeah.
This is a fantastic. Like, there should be definitely a whole segment. You guys should go to body hair themed podcast, I reckon, rather than.
I'm bare chested, as you can see. Like, I'm just not a hairy dude. So this is the best I can do, and that's it. Yeah.
I hope this is just audio, right? Because when people listen to that, they'll all get the impression that we're all just sitting here talking shirts off. It's a good
wait, isn't that what we're doing?
No, so this will be up on YouTube, so they'll be able to visually clarify that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And they'll get the visuals too. But we've been lazy putting videos up on Spotify. I'm kind of waiting for a little bit so then we could kind of like resurge it in the future. But yeah. But anyway, moving forward and getting away from body hair. Have you guys been able to? Well, I imagine Dane and Slash can probably write a bit of music because you're living together. But for the rest of you boys, have you been trying to do some projects in lockdown?
We've been busy actually. A lot of like just sending stuff online, sending projects back and forth kind of thing. Yeah, we've got how many demos in the works? 6?
6 or 7, I think.
Nah, like pushing higher than that. We've just got like 2 EPs worth of shit at the moment.
True.
Yeah, no, it's done really well. Like, yeah, I mean, it's so handy for us because I'm working my 9 to 5. It's sort of a huge outlet for me. So Sam and I it's definitely nice to have Sam here to help me out, just because, as you say, he's Slash. He's got the guitar fingers. I'm not guitar savvy at all, so I can just get him to play every single part of the idea, and then I just say that it was my idea.
Well, at least you admit it, man. What have you guys been doing it on? What's your poison? Is it Ableton, Logic, GarageBand?
Logic.
Yeah,
Logic every day of the week.
Yeah. I think Logic's the best. I don't know how the others.
No, it's just so easy to use.
Yeah, that's it. It just makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Logic is a very easy one to use. I've used almost every single one, I think, except FL Studio. Currently using a mix of Ableton and Logic, but yeah, Logic is very easy to use.
Yeah. And when you say you've got a bunch of like demos of songs, how much like are they completed? Have you completed like the melodies of them? It's just not the rest of them are filled out, or you've got a verse and a chorus on this one, or how's it? What do they look like at the moment?
For the most part, they're pretty fully fleshed out tracks, but they're pretty like janky and all over the place. So it's kind of the way that we started working more recently was kind of throw everything at the project, make it like ridiculously messy and impossible to interpret, and then just bounce out a single file and then just re-record everything and make it really like concise, because we had I'll tell the Vertigo story. We're re-recording one of our old tracks at the moment to like kind of change the vibe, and Sam and I recorded most of it at their place like at the beginning of the year before lockdown, but we knew what we were doing, but we didn't know what we were doing. And it kind of came out just this like mess with like 250 tracks, and it was not it turned out to not be very usable. So we had to then like scrap the whole project and start again. But it didn't take long because we knew what we were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you find you get carried away sometimes when you're putting like guitars on, you know, on track?
Oh yeah. Slash, why don't you take the slash?
Hey, look. There's a certain amount of guitars that you need on a track, and finding that number is a journey. And you know, you may as well shoot for the stars and land on the moon with the amount of tracks. Rather than
if it's less than 15, it's not enough.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I can vouch for him. There's some good ideas that come out of him just noodling and just like, you know, it's the chorus and you think that the vocals are like center stage, but here he comes roaring in with a solo on top of the chorus. You're just like, okay, sure, whatever.
Do your Logic sessions start looking like orchestral pieces of music? Like you've got
Yeah. Sam consistently refers to the guitar solo of one of our tracks as the chorus and confuses us all endlessly at rehearsal.
Oh man, that's great. How do you guys like record? Like are you sitting down and writing a part? Like do you I don't know how to answer like word this question. Are you
I know. I think I know what you mean.
Making sure you've learnt the verse part and the chorus part, or you just going, okay, here's the verse, da 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 da, and then we'll start another track for each and every different section of the song. So for me, because it's sort of like I think like what you're asking, sort of like as well, like where the ideas come from. Like between us, ideas come in very different forms. That like some people, like some of them just might have like a lick. And then we build off that, and then it goes through lots of different revisements, and we just want to arrange it so it sounds like a song. It doesn't just sound like something like that. For me, I sort of can see the arc of the story, so then I try and like tell Sam what I need from it. So I might have like maybe a chord progression, or maybe I just have like the melody or the rhythm of how I want to do the vocals, and then we just together try and like get something out of it, and then. It's really handy because like we'll send something to Oliver and then he'll do some stuff to me like, oh, that's shit. And then send it to the boys and then they take they say like what they think and stuff. And it's sort of like a nice way to cut the shit out of there because like we put out everything on there and then they get to sort of say, oh, nah, this is good. Yeah, that's good. But like Sam and Oliver, are you playing the songs when you record them from front to back, like, you know, all the parts there and then like layering guitars on? I'm just wondering how you get 15, you know, or so, you know, different parts.
Oh yeah. No, very rarely. Most of the composition is at the initial stages highly improvisatory tongues. But no, we kind of just hit record. Well, a lot of the time it's Sam that throws his ideas at a project and we kind of just hit record and see what he does and then kind of go, nah, that was, do it again. And in the process of doing it again 15 times, eventually you come up with an idea that sticks.
Nice, man. And like Dade and Sam, like are you writing like melodies together? Like how many nights are you sitting there, you know, after you've come home from work and, you know, just sitting on the couch with the guitar? Like, do you do it like that, or you?
Usually Dane kind of has it figured out, and then I'll kind of put a drum beat and like the chords down, and we'll kind of get the vibe going a bit, or like there's already like some vocals floating about, and we'll just use them, and then kind of like put all the stuff around just to make it sound like a normal song and kind of give it some vibe, and then we'll kind of come back to it and like, oh, okay, like the chorus is a bit jank, or like this doesn't hit hard enough, or this doesn't hit hard enough. And so then Dane will be like, oh, I've got these different lyrics from this other thing that I was writing. We can just put them in there. I'm like, oh, like, can we make, you know, what if this bit, can you just make this bit go longer? And he's like, yeah, I got lyrics from here. And so he's just kind of got all these lyrics, and we'll just go through and then just go over and over again and try and extend the sections that I think need to be extended and shorten the sections I think need to be shortened. And usually we just kind of like do a bunch of vocal takes and just mess it around in Logic, and then Dane will just go through, okay, like I kind of know what it sounds like now, and then he'll just sing the whole thing front to back, and then so it doesn't sound wild, you know. But it's relatively chaotic, but it also means that we can get a song done in like 2 hours, sort of thing, from Dane bringing it over the hallway to, you know, to the finished balance. So
usually at the initial stages, Dane or I have like a structure with lyrics and chords, and that's like it. And then we go, okay, what should we do?
Yeah, like that's you know, like, yeah, I suppose that's a great process, because I mean, you're always kind of getting a, you know, like a product out of it, or, you know, something that's there. But Dane, I want to just ask, like, and take this deeper, are you banking ideas all the time? Like, where are you writing at? Like,
so I mean, plug to one of our songs, the last one that came out, MLBB, actually stands for like My Little Black Book, and I actually just have like a lyric book, and then I have like lyrics from like eons ago, like back in high school and stuff. And some of them are like, you know, pretty dodge. They're pretty shit. They're like some fucking 17-year-old thinking that he's cool. But sometimes there's some gold amongst the rock. So I don't know. That's sort of my release. That's one of the other ones, other than writing just music, is like I'll just put some like thoughts, and then like while I write, I sort of have rhythms in my head of how it sort of would, how the cadence of like the song would sort of go. And so that sort of just leads my brain to think of more words that hit the same cadence. I don't know. It's just, there's heaps there, just because I always know that sometimes someone's going to be like, oh, I need a better line. Or maybe I might go like, oh, I don't like that line. I want something else, but the same meaning or the same sort of feeling. So I've got lots of different feelings and that sort of stuff in there.
What
yeah,
about
dude,
the
that's super smart. That's super
sorry,
smart.
Hamish.
I hope other bands watch this and they take that one thing away from you doing that. Like, I'm, you know, when we've been doing this West Underground thing, I'm surprised that there's not not more singers that actually do that. You know, I think that's like a, you know, a really, really, you know, smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely works for us now. It makes my job easier, because I mean, especially for me, I don't think I'd be able to write as good things if it was just sort of under the pump and everyone and like, oh, we've got a song, but like it's missing a verse. Can we like write something for it? It's like a little bit nicer if I can at least start from somewhere where I've got something. So like just like a line that's got some nice alliteration with it, and then I can work off that and then build it for a new song or something like that.
Just on the vocals, you guys have two different singers play live and for different songs. Do you guys decide who sings a song or whoever writes the idea for the song?
Usually whoever writes the lyrics. It's if I write the lyrics and come to it and that, yeah, you know, then I'll sing it, because it's kind of, I suppose it makes more sense that way, because we write to our strengths and write to our range. And then, yeah, but sometimes it switches up. There's often times where for Legrand, I just love the song, and I begged Dane to be able to sing a verse on it because I really want to. But for the most part, it's, yeah, whoever wrote the lyrics and the melody, kind of run with it.
Yeah, it's good that you guys get along, because usually with two different singers, they kind of have disagreements with each other, but you guys work out pretty well.
We already had our disagreements years ago. It's all right. We already know how much we like each other. No. I don't know. At least for me, I'm just like, I'm happy for people to like cut me down. Like, everyone's my friend here. I've known these guys for so long, and like we've done so much together. So we're all pretty open to just like blatant. It's just like this isn't really working. Like for that last one that came out, we had a session where I was doing vocals, and Sam and Oliver were sort of engineering, and it wasn't happening, and they were just like, this isn't right. It's not hitting. Like and so they were trying to like talk me through what they wanted, and like I was trying to do it, but I couldn't do it. So that wasn't the day. So we did a take another day, and that's the one that's in the thing. So yeah.
I just want to hear you guys' music inspirations and influences. I want to hear from Liam and Vince, because I haven't talked for a while. So I'll let you guys go first.
You want to go, Liam?
I can start. I have probably the most different inspirations to everyone else in the band. I come from a very like heavy metal background, so lots of heavy metal, and then also video game music and that sort of stuff.
Dude, I thought you were going to say classical music. I thought it looked like you've got a piano behind you and all of scored music out in front of you.
There's a bit of that, mostly through like video games and stuff like that. So all that sort of not quite classical, but very classically inspired stuff. But then combining that with metal, one of my favorite genres being symphonic metal. That's literally a metal band and an orchestra combined into one sort of thing. That's a big part of my influence, but then also like lots of rock and things like that. So I tend to bring the heavier side of things, whereas everyone else brings the more poppy side of all that.
I suppose I got a lot of my sound from listening to a lot of hip hop and rap. I guess through high school, listening to kind of a lot of New York rap, like Nas, Wu-Tang, stuff like that, with like that kind of old school boom bap sound. And then obviously played in like jazz bands through high school. It's a bit of a difference there in kind of sound. But yeah, all sorts of stuff I listen to. Like I listen to like old like 70s funk and like disco stuff. But yeah, I'm big into hip hop and rap, so that's kind of where I get that big drum sound.
Well, that's cool, man. Like what do you like? Is playing disco fun on the drums?
It's yeah, it's a lot. It can be quick and a bit full on, but it was something different to just playing jazz and like classical orchestral stuff in school.
Yeah, cool, man. And what about the rest of you guys? Like who are you influenced by?
Can I go? Yeah. Most of my background in playing, at least, is in jazz. And then the music that I listen to the most is kind of like Beatles and Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell and Leonard Cohen and Nick Drake and those sorts of guys. But I kind of like everything, and these guys have shown me a lot of different music.
Well, I mean, for me, my favorite band of all time is Arctic Monkeys, and that's a lot on the lyricist and the singer Alex Turner, just because I love how he puts together his lyrics and how they sort of come out and the story behind them. So that's like one of my favorites. So my dad just like listen to like everything. So my parents had a lot of disco in the house as well, and like lots of rock. So it's probably more rock disco. Like my parents were brought up in like the 70s and stuff. So they love that sort of music, 70s, 80s. That's sort of where I get most of my listening from.
Cool, man. What did you think of Alex Turner's like the last Arctic Monkeys record where he was playing piano?
Banging.
I mean, I liked it pretty much. Like our song "Le Grand" that was mentioned before is sort of it started off as a take on it, but sort of a ribbing. But then it's not that anymore. But I really liked it. It sort of, when it first came out, I was not a fan. But I sort of listened to it a bit more, and I'm like, they can go do more rock later, and they've already done that rocky stuff, and that's just like, it's really interesting. You know, it's one of those sort of rock operas that sort of bands do, and I love the storytelling. That one's like crazy. That one's like every song was about the same theme, but like all their other previous albums haven't necessarily been as close knit as that is. So it's pretty good. There's some songs that are like, all right, but then there's some ones that are really good. It's a good job. I don't know.
The only reason I asked, man, is I feel like that like when that came out, everybody who I knew that was fans of Arctic Monkeys were either like, fuck the Arctic Monkeys, or I like it. And it was like, not really in between.
Well, they obviously weren't listening to any of the last Shadow Puppet stuff, because if you listen to that, which he was doing before he got back to Arctic Monkeys, then you'd be a lot less problematic for you to have listened to it, because you're like, oh, he's just taking a lot from what he learned with Miles Kane and being a show teller and a show star and everything like that. Yeah. I don't know.
One of my friends tried to use that exact same argument to one of my other friends, and the argument was to this was, but this is the Arctic Monkeys, and that was his other thing. So shut up. Then that was that rebuttal. But
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I at one point I sort of had but sort of the way that happened is he wanted to put it under his name. He wanted to do it as Alex Turner. That was the plan. But then the Arctic Monkeys, like the rest of the boys, were just like, nah, just put it. Just like we're happy to play. Like we want to play it more as a band because they didn't have any other reason to tour. So they were like, nah, put it under our name. And I mean, I don't know. I don't. There's not much you can do about it. Like, just don't listen to the album. You can listen to their next one.
Yeah, that's it, man. I think if you're the Arctic Monkeys, you can make whatever record you like. You can make
exactly.
They're probably not too worried about what everyone else thinks at this point.
They made their profit as soon as the CD comes out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
They might. I do like that about YouTube comments, though. I love people that leave those huge, long comments, and you just wonder, like, you spent all this time writing it. Do you think that? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But what are you guys looking forward to after the 11th? Is it the 11th of next month when everything's decided? It's going to open up, Paul.
Yeah, that's when everything opens, but there'll be restrictions. So I think a lot of bands have delayed everything again for the month after, or just beginning of next year. So what are you guys planning on doing? Going for a show?
A couple of things. We this week it seems that people like everything's starting to get a wriggle on again. We got a gig booked on the correct me the date, 26th, Friday the 26th of November. At Three Wise Monkeys. We got another offer for Kelly's on the 6th of November, which I think we're going to take, but we haven't replied to their email yet.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for us at the moment, the biggest thing for us at the moment that I'm most excited about, I think everyone's pretty excited about, is we got given an opportunity to go up to the Grove studio on the Central Coast through a mate of Dane's. And we're going to go and record a track up there, and then we're going to stay up there for a couple of nights and try and smash out a couple more songs. And we're hoping to get we have 2 tracks ready to go, but we're hoping to kind of put them into some EPs and get organized that way. So yeah, it's kind of all happening again in the next few months.
Yeah, good thing about Freeze Why Monkeys, they had an upgrade in the music sound. I think they spent like 10K or something for the music area, so you guys will be just in time to use up fresh equipment. I think I heard it from Moonshift. I think Tommy from Moonshift was telling me about it. They had this upgrade on the third floor where the music is. They've upgraded everything before lockdown, and they haven't used it a lot, so you guys should be very lucky to get that fresh.
Is this Tom Rusin?
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah. I played with him for someone's assessment at like Western Sydney Uni. He's a killer guitarist.
Wow, yeah, small world. He just works in the music shop across the road, like around the corner from me at the music shop. So it's just a small world.
Music. Give us a sponsor.
Yeah, Belfield Music. Hope you guys are listening.
Oh, he works at Belfield. Okay.
Yeah, the music shop there, and just on Hume Highway in Basil. Oh, sorry, Tommy, for giving you a workout. It's all marketing. Yeah, Freeze My Monkeys. They've upgraded the system that I last heard. So you guys are. I've never been to a gig at Three Wise Monkeys actually. So I'm surprised when I just installed this whole new system over there.
Yeah, no, we're excited. Definitely, we're getting back to. I mean, the biggest worry at the moment for us is getting together to actually rehearse for all this stuff that's going on. Like try and rehearse and be ready for this recording day. We're just humming and hawing. We're like, if we have future bookings and we're going to get paid, does that mean that like soon we can sort of go and like practice and rehearse in a room and that be like legal because like we have money riding on this? I don't know. I'm not this because I don't know. Is the 11th, are we allowed like 5 people in a house?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to get on the bandwagon then.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it counts with the people who already live there, so you can have an extra 2 people if you need.
And if you're leasing a room in your house, you're allowed to have people come over for inspections too. So helpful advice.
Yeah, I mean, we could make some up rooms in like the cupboards. We could just sell it as a room. That was
I'm sure I've seen some mold on one of your ceilings. I better come check it out. Make sure you two
Yeah.
are safe.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've noticed that seems to be a loophole at the moment. That people are using. You know, the real estate thing.
Remember the last year when those two mates got married because they're allowed to have a party in the backyard with 30 people in the last lockdown? So they pretended to get married to have a 30, like a backyard party with 30 people instead of 5. That was epic.
Well, that's a very we've thought of that idea as well. Like we've seen that. Sam and I were like, oh, maybe we can get people around for a marriage, but I don't know.
You get good center benefits too. Actually, it's kind of worth it.
Well, you know, you boys, one of you is going to have to be a best man. One of you is going to have to be the, you know, the ordain or the person, the priest, and you know, and one of you have just got a job. I don't know. You got to
Bridesmaid. The other one's a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
I think I'll be the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I thought you and
that blonde hair.
I thought you and I were getting married though, Vinny. Can't be your own bridesmaid.
Well,
We're
now,
all getting married.
anyway, guys, have you done any shows outside of Sydney yet?
No, we haven't. No, we tried to. I remember right at the beginning, when we first up to the Central Coast to do some recording at Beach House, we tried to get a gig at the local pub there because they put out we tagged them on Instagram and we were just like, hey, keen to play a gig here tonight while we're going up. And we had them respond back to us going like, oh, are you Jordan or something who's playing tonight? And we're like, yeah. We've got like 5 of us. When do we do a sound check? It's like, oh, usually it's just like acoustic music. So I don't think you guys get a sound check. And we ended up not going to that. But we've tried to get a gig up in the Central Coast, but we aim to be getting out of Sydney like soon. Like that. Well, that is something we've talked about, is getting out of Sydney. Wollongong.
We had a gig penciled in. We had a gig penciled in down at Thurrool, just north of Wollongong.
Yeah.
But obviously, that fell through just because of COVID.
Nice.
Would have been killer.
You should have definitely crashed Jordan's gig. Like, you know, it would have been really shit for him in that moment. But I think in hindsight, he would have, you know, it would have been a story that he'll tell for the rest of his life.
That's right.
True. I know. That's just
like once upon a time, like my gig was just crashed. These random dudes came up and
Great story, yeah.
Played a set.
Next time. We'll do that to Kudos Bank. We'll just, Tina Arena is going to be up on stage and we'll just say like, yeah, we're down to play Tina Arena, jump up.
5 hooligans storm the stage.
Oh, poor Tina. But I wanted to ask Vinny, you've been the quietest one in this interview, as Paul pointed out a second ago. But I'm just wondering, has the mullet came out of lockdown, or was that a style you were rocking before?
I don't know, maybe like 6 months it's been in the works, but it's had a bit of a bleaching treatment. Yeah. Which I'm not set on. I think I'm a bit on the fence.
Now keep it.
He reckons he looks like the Tiger King.
Get rid of her.
So yeah, I'm not sure what my next stage is. Probably a buzz cut, I think I'll say.
Nice, man.
I think he's had a mullet as long as I can remember.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right. It probably has been a while.
So what were your inspirations for the mullet? Like who?
Ryan Pappenhausen. I don't know if you know, he's a footy player.
Yeah, boy, I knew it. I knew you were gonna say
that. But also like OG ones, like I think Bruce Springsteen might have had one. I think he had long hair, like when he was younger.
Don't give the mullet away, man. Like, well, like at least, you know, what about Mel Gibson? Was he one? Like, let's
say Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, of course. I think he's the OG.
Oh man, that's cool. And you know, you're gonna grow a bit longer at the back.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment it's thick. It's real thick. So I think maybe it's time to get it braided or a couple of ponytails or something. Let's see.
Nice, man. Look, I was just curious. That was just my curiosity there, man. It looks good. You rock
Thanks.
it, man.
Appreciate it.
On this
Anyway, Paul, help me,
240p.
get me out of trouble here, man.
It's. I was gonna say your hair looks like it needs to be re-dyed as well, Hamish. Looks like you need your streaks in again. It looks a
Dude,
bit
I haven't
dark
had
at
my
the
hair
top.
dyed for like 2 years now. Like
What's the inspiration behind your hair, Hamish?
now it's just like this is how it is.
Cody Simpson for sure.
Weird, man. Like my hair falls out, like as you guys know, with long hair, like you fall out on your carpet or whatever.
Mm.
And in like my hair is like 3 different colors. It's like here's a brown hair, a red hair, and a blonde hair, and it's all really mixed in together. It's the most bizarre thing ever. It's not just one color. Anyway, they're getting off the subject of long hair problems. Boys, when can we expect more music on the Spotify? We're gonna have with future coming gigs. Is there gonna be like a single launch?
There's going to be a single. To be fair, we had a phone call about 2 weeks ago, and we were like, yeah, this Sunday it's going up on distro, and it never happened. But it's ready, and we just need to get it up, and then it'll be a month from whenever we decide to get it up. We'll work that out. It'll be soon. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I think everyone would agree with me to say that definitely by the 6th of November, we'll have one fresh new track and then a lot on their way.
Maybe that's even a date that we should just pick.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone get excited for the 6th of November.
6th of November.
There's a song coming out.
It's actually a good idea. Single launch.
Thanks, Hamish.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This is our release party.
Well, very nice, man. Everybody out there, save the date. So cool. And how do you know? Like, I heard you guys use the word at the start of the interview, slap. In describing your new songs. How do you know when a song is really slapping?
I know when I listen to it about 15 times on repeat, and I'm like, yeah, I think this is good.
Yeah, still doesn't
we like
matter.
our songs.
I mean, we can make the sound slap more. Like for that recording, Sam and I, we like did all the mixes back and forth with Oliver, and then we just got to one day where we're like, there was like little things that were like, oh, what is this? But then we just like went into both of our cars, which have like different sound systems, and we just cranked the fuck out of them in there. And like, I mean, they slapped in there, so I can only imagine now that we've like got all of the mixes, so it sounds good in every single off every single like speaker. It should be slapping all the time. Fingers crossed.
we really hope so.
There's a lot of time.
Well, there was one song you guys made that was living rent free in my head for like 2 weeks, and it was the song Jackie. When I saw you guys last time, and then I was like, "What's this song?" So I had to message Dane. I was like, "What song is it?" And then I've been on my playlist for like 2 weeks, and I just in my head, just hear Dane's voice in my head for like 2 weeks. I'm like, I had to keep listening
at you.
until
Yeah, a lot of people
yeah,
actually
work.
hear my voice in their head.
Yeah, the songs work, guys.
Sounds
You're
like a
doing
really
good
bad
job.
dream.
Have you
That
guys
was
watched
a
the music
particularly
video?
fun song to record.
Sounds like a fun song. It did sound like a fun song to record.
It was just like it just like fell together. Like we had Vinny in there playing kit. I think you one took that. That was, I remember all of us sitting in the other room, like listening and being like waiting for him to make a mistake in the take, and it just didn't happen. And then Dane just had like this idea. No one really knew it. Sorry, at
I think it was up at
Evoca.
Evoca when we did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dane had this idea for it, and it was just like none of us knew what it was, but he knew, and he just.
I knew what the
we were all being. We all sat there and we went, "All right, what do you want to do?" And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll go record it. It'll be fine." We're like, okay, press the big red button.
Paul?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was. Yeah, I was also make sure you guys get black shirts as well, please, because I want a shirt from you guys. I like it black. I couldn't get a white one, but I had to get it.
Now, guys, if you
They
notice,
were more expensive. Would have
if
been
you
worth-
notice in the
worth it.
background of Paul's frame, he's got shirts up, and now every interview he rotates the shirts, and if he's got a shirt that the band that we're interviewing at the time, then he puts it up. But anyway, in the background you'll see him throw up different shirts. So get a black one, and then it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Sick.
I reckon Hamish will like one of those bags as well, the band bags you guys get. That looks really cool.
Oh, they're cool.
Tote bags are
Right.
good.
You guys got one? Show Hamish, because they're really
Oh,
nice.
I do.
Great
I have
idea.
one right. I have one right here. Actually, it's full of my dirty clothes. But
Yeah, have a look. You get them.
That's
oh my gosh, I can't get it right. There we go. It's probably backwards, but it's a vibe.
That's the right way.
It's too high.
Not, you're framing it poorly, but it's
I
right.
can't see.
If you go to the Instagram, there's a good photo of it.
man. it looks-
There you go.
That's cool, man. You should give them like a couple out to, or carry them down to the beach and get some people to model them off you. And, people will think, what's this brand? And then they go back to find out about your band.
You
Maybe
could definitely do more.
give to Bondi people, they'll spread those bags like they spread fucking everything else. Fucking Jesus, go to the beach, fucking 100,000 of them in there, squished in like sardines.
Oh man, it's ridiculous,
Ridiculous.
And then they shame us Westies,
Oh yeah, let's not go there. Goodness.
Yeah, so I don't know what to say now, guys. I've run out of questions now, and just Paul, have you got?
Yeah, I just want to. I would probably wrap.
Individually want to plug or say before we, wrap up this one?
Is there anything we want to plug? Save the date, November 6th. We've got a gig, and we're also putting out a song now. So that it's a re-release, but if you listen to the old one, it's a step up. We've learned a lot because we record most of our stuff like DIY, and Oliver's learning a lot about recording and mixing and stuff like that as we go. So that one's really cool. It's got a bit more of a disco vibe. If you're into that one, so it should be good to dance to. We're hopefully putting out a music video for that one for lockdown, where we're trying to get all our want to put on the song and dance around in it. So if you want to hear the song early, we can send it to you, and you just jump in your car, you go blaring, and you just send us like a 15-second video of you dancing out, and you'll see yourself on YouTube.
I'd love to do that. That's my type of thing. I would love
Absolutely.
to do
We'll send you the file.
that. Oh yeah. How
we
good.
need some vibe.
Cool, man. And also let them know that this one slaps as well.
this is the one that
This
slaps.
one definitely slaps.
Anything else, boys? Are you all right, man?
Anyway, guys, I was just say thank you for agreeing to come on tonight,
Thanks, guys.
and we'll definitely
Thank
keep
you so
an eye
much
out
for
for your
having
future
us.
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Anytime,
thanks
man.
for having us.
Anytime.
Yeah, feeling like rock stars here.
Yeah.
We're on the same.
We don't need anything. We don't need anything to inflate our egos.
We talking about rock stars, like Slash is sitting next to you, Dave.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess he was never wearing his top hat, so it never clicked.
Oh, true. It's like Clark Kent with the glasses,
That's it.
That's right. He's in disguise.
All right, guys. I think that wraps up this one.